So over the past couple of weeks, I've been using the Tama Japanese conversation app that I put together a while back. I've been improving it, tweaking it, making the UI better, just the overall experience better, and adding a bunch of features, trying to make it much more of a complete package for myself, and then ultimately for anyone else that wants to use it. And so the code is on GitHub, and I'll show you how to get it and install it at the end of the video. But first, I'd like to go over some of the improvements, some of the features and changes, walk you through it, and maybe entice you to try it out. There's a bunch of features that doesn't include everything I've added, but these are some of the most important features and the most important changes. So the first new feature is the stat screen. So it's where we're doing basic activity tracking. So I'm going to jump over to the new improved version. As you can see, we also have now a dark mode. What's different though, a little bit more themed. I don't remember if the previous version also had a dark mode, but as you can see, now it's got a nice purple color, an accent color, and we kind of follow that theme throughout the dark version and light version, and you can change that in the settings. So this is a new feature that I'm talking about, which is the stats page. It now has the entire month. You can go back and forth across the different days. You can mouse over to get the exact number of activities that you did on that day. Now there are activities, not just conversations, because we can do different kinds of things in the app now. So it's still kind of basic, but definitely a little bit better than before. Next, we have a really big one, which is the Sensei feature. It's basically an AI study assistant that I added, and it works as a sidebar, or you can use it in full screen mode. But what it allows you to do is bring an AI in, and it can generate a daily study plan that's going to be right on the homepage. And it's also available in all the different modes, the conversation mode, the flashcard mode, some of the newer modes, or you can obviously just use the Sensei feature by itself. What's really cool is that it's not just an AI in the app, it also has all the context, so it can go through the entire history, see how you performed, where the issues in your conversations were, suggest improvements, all kinds of cool things like that. You can also generate quizzes. It can generate scenarios. It can generate personas for you. So it's not just bringing AI into the app, but it's just giving you a bunch of tools to actually help you the way a real teacher would. So let me show you a little bit what that looks like. We're going to go back to the homepage. And so this is the new and improved homepage. We can start a new scenario, resume our previous conversation, and here is today's plan. So each day the app is going to generate a new plan based on the previous performance, whenever that was. And so it's also going to focus on new things, areas where you might be struggling. So for example, we've got our review, do flashcards. So you can just click and it'll take you to the flashcard page review, and then you can mark these off. You can also ask the agent to mark these off for you. We've got a scenario here, so we could just step into that. And then we've got a micro drill. So these drills or quizzes are a new feature that the Sensei AI agent can now generate for you. So let's save that for just a moment. We've got a last scenario. So you can just click on that and jump back to the last one, jump to the last conversation. And this is the personas feature. Click on here to jump into the flashcard mode. And here we've got just the current week's activities. So now let's open up the Tama agent. This is the first button right here, chat with Tama. So if you click it, it's going to open up this chat view. And as you can see, hey Tama, it's got information on me now. And I'll go to the settings to show you where that is. Got a little bit more context so it knows who you are. You can tell it things like if you're studying the language for such and such reason, or give it any specific details that could help it come up with better scenarios, just generally improve the conversations based on your needs. And then asking based on my performance so far. So what would you recommend I focus on next? And I misspelled what? And then based on your current skills and recent struggles, here's a focused recommendation. So based on my history of testing it, because I've got different versions, this is the one that I'm using to test, so it doesn't have that much context, but it's still able to pull from all the history, all the conversations, the quizzes, and the scenarios. I'm going to use all that feedback from those practice sessions to actually generate this conversation. So it's got all the context that a teacher, a very personalized teacher, would have. So here we can jump to previous conversations, delete them, we can start a new conversation, and we can also minimize it into a sidebar. So here's what that looks like. And as you can see, we're on the home screen and we've got the sidebar open. We can just continue to chat. And as we navigate across the application, it's going to have a context of what's actually on the page. And so if we've got it in sidebar mode here, it's not just going to have access to the entire history of the app, but also the current thing we're looking at. So for example, if I write something like, can you explain this word to me? Here's the word on your current card. And so it knows where we are in the app and it can just pull that context automatically. So that's pretty cool. As you can see, I can jump across the app. The sidebar stays open and keeps that ongoing conversation. And so this next feature are the quizzes. You can have multiple choice quizzes. I think I added some other types of ways that you can answer them, but the most common are multiple choice. And you can generate these by asking Tama to do that for you. So if you're struggling with something or you're not sure what you should focus on next, you could ask Tama based on your history. We'll go through and generate a quiz for you, and then you can go through it and then give you more feedback on that. So it's able to feed that context back into the conversation. It's just this really nice loop of going through a conversation, coming across some issues that you're struggling with. The AI agent detects that and maybe suggests other specific conversations, or maybe wants to help you generate a specific scenario to practice that. So that's how you add the new vocabulary or the new grammar that you're struggling with. And it's just this really nice personalized tutor system. It's kind of guiding you over your shoulder, looking at how you're performing, suggesting new things, and then you're able to pick and choose which of the suggestions you think are going to work best for you. And then the next big feature is if we open up any scenario, this is the one that I actually used to study for a recent Japanese exam. And this is also the updated scenario page. I kind of collapsed all the details into this section right here. This particular exam was a little bit specific in the way that I had to do things, so I needed the AI to make sure it really had all the context so it could actually help me practice for that particular exam. So let me show you now what's new. This is the default have a conversation button. You just click that, start the conversation, and it'll do its thing, and you'll have a back and forth with the AI. So you already know about that. But now you can switch into this thing called a practice mode. And so what that allows you to do is it lets you go over a pre-scripted conversation with the AI. And each time you do that, it generates a new conversation and you run through it with the AI. It gives you your lines. It speaks its part, waits for you to answer your part. And then depending on how well you speak your part, it'll actually let you progress on to the next line. So the idea behind this is that sometimes you want to practice a scenario, but you don't have the vocabulary or the grammar, maybe because it's the first time you're doing that. You don't even know what words you need to know or what structures you're supposed to have in terms of grammar. So let's say you want to reserve a ticket for a ferry to cross a lake or something kind of uncommon like that. It's going to be a bunch of vocabulary and things you might not even know where to start, how to learn that. So you just describe the scenario and it'll generate a practice conversation for you. And you can practice that over and over, figure out where to go from there so you're not just completely jumping headfirst into a new scenario without any knowledge. So let me generate a new script here just to show you what that looks like, or actually replay an existing script. And so now it's waiting for my turn, and then we go, I'm speaking, so it's listening. But basically, this is the AI line at the top, and this is my line at the bottom. Once I get that right, it lets me advance, and then it goes on like this until the conversation completes. And again, it'll give us a summary at the end of how well I performed and what areas I need to focus on. Main idea behind this practice mode is that you get to go through the conversation in a scenario that might be completely unknown to you. And again, you might not know the right vocabulary or grammar that you're going to need to use, so it just gives you a slightly better idea. So it's not completely brand new the first time you're jumping into a new scenario. Another thing that I added that I don't believe was in the first version was when generating new scenarios, you have the AI agent generate a scenario for you. So obviously this is the new mode here. Tama can do that for you, but you can also skip that. And so if I go here, custom scenario, I can give it a name, but this section is the new one right here. Normally, I would put in the description, the setting, the role of the AI agent, what the objectives are, if there are any. Like if you're going to rent a car, well, maybe you're going to talk about insurance or pricing or whatever. So you want to make sure that the AI covers those types of questions, or that you guide the conversation that way, so you're covering all those bases. So you can fill all that out if you want. For myself, for the Japanese exam, I just filled it all out. But let's say you want the AI to do all that for you. Then you can actually just let it do that. So you just write the name, you leave the Japanese title empty if you want, write the description, and then click generate. And the AI agent will actually fill everything out so it's nice and detailed, and it'll even add some objectives for you. So this way it's going to give you a much more precise conversation experience. It's also going to let you regenerate that conversation over and over because the settings and the character role and any objectives that you've filled out or the AI filled out are going to make it much more of a fleshed out conversation. So the next time you regenerate it, you're going to have to hit the same kind of notes in that conversation. So this is just another really nice option if you want to try out new scenarios, but you don't want to type them all out yourself. You just write the description and let the AI do it for you. So those are kind of the biggest changes and features that I added, but you can also go through the app and you'll notice a bunch of smaller tweaks and improvements that make the experience just a little bit better. And so one of the biggest changes was that in the history section, I've added all the new types of activities. Previously, you only saw conversations and the feedback, and you could pull the vocabulary and things like that. But now I've also included the tests. So we've got the tests here. I've also included the flashcard reviews. So just a bit more context for you and for the AI if you're ever curious about what you did the last couple of days ago and what the results were. And then lastly, I tweaked the settings. So everything is kind of just organized a little bit better. I didn't show it off in the video, but every time the app is updated, you actually don't need to go to GitHub to download it. If you're on Mac, do the permissions thing and all of that. Now it's just going to give you a little pop-up, hey, version such and such is now available. Do you want to install it now? Then you click yes, it'll download and install it. Then you just close the app, open the app, and now you've got the latest version. So you only need to do that song and dance of setting everything up one time. The app is also now available in Spanish. If you'd like me to add another language, be sure to let me know. You can also tweak the font size. I've got it kind of cranked up a little bit just for the recording, so it's easier to see. It's actually a little bit smaller by default. And what else? So I think this personal context section, I think was already there. I think I also added, account backup might be something new. Basically, account backup allows you to export all the information, all the history, all your conversations, all the feedback into a nice, I believe it's a JSON file, and then you can restore it to either on the same computer, to a different computer, just to make sure you don't lose any of your progress. So I think those are pretty much the biggest changes. If we go back to my list here, conversations, it was previously called, now it's called personas. The home dashboard, as I showed you, is actually useful now. We've got a bunch of flashcard updates. We get audio playback on every card. Previously in the first version, I think we didn't have any audio playback. Now we get playback on the word and also the sentence on the back. We've also got keyboard shortcuts. So the number keys 1 through 4. If you've used any spaced repetition app like OnKey, you're familiar with that. You can also hit the space bar to flip the card back and forth. You can also now save vocabulary from previous sessions. So previously, if you had a conversation, it would give you the notes and the feedback and a list of vocabulary that might be useful. And then it would move that into the history. And in the history section, you could view that conversation and all those notes, but you couldn't actually bring those flashcards or save those words back into your stack of cards. So now you can actually do that. You can go into the history section. So let me see if we can find a previous conversation in here and see if we can't add some of those words, just show you what that looks like. So we've got a section down here. We've got some words. Yeah, so we can add these from here, and then those would be added to our flashcard system. Like I mentioned, we got dark and light themes. I thought I added that, but I guess not. Those are brand new. We also have a nice new font for English, the Geist font, and N plus rounded, which is a nice, very friendly looking Japanese font that's used throughout the app. When you first install the application, you also now don't need an OpenAI key. Previously, that was unfortunately part of the setup. Now you don't need that. You can just skip all that and use the local Whisper engine. As I mentioned, I added Spanish support, so we've got our first language. I'd like to add more, and we've also got the auto update. So kind of a lot, and I'm honestly pretty proud of what we've got working here so far. It's gone from this very simple idea of taking these very expensive and honestly not very advanced conversation tutor application things and turned it into something so much nicer to use, so much cheaper to use, and packaging all of that around these features that I think just make a lot more sense. A lot of these other things that are available out there, they focus really on just the conversation part. Maybe they'll add 1 or 2 features in there like flashcards, maybe give you a little feedback, let you pick from some pre-made scenarios, and then that's just kind of it. So I invite you to explore any of those other very expensive options that are honestly really just bare bones at this point compared to the Tama application, which I feel is head and shoulders above anything else you could pay for. And so all you really need to do to set it up is get a key either for OpenAI, Anthropic, or the one that I would recommend is getting an open router account, throwing a couple of bucks in there. You can start, I think, with just like $5 or even less than that. And instead of paying $15 or $18 a month for something that you might or might not use and isn't honestly that good, you actually pay for just what you need. And what you get is actually a lot better than any option out there. So the way to set it up is very simple. You just need to go to the repository, which is on GitHub. The link is in the description. You're going to be greeted with this page, or I might actually just link you directly to this section right here, the releases. And here is where you're going to find the different versions. We've got the .dmg version if you're installing it on Mac, the .deb if you're installing it on Linux, setup.exe if you're installing it on Windows, and on the previous page, you can see the instructions for installing it if there are any special things. Not sure about Windows, honestly, because I don't have a Windows machine, but I do know that on Mac, you definitely need to do this step right here. Just make sure you open up a terminal, copy and paste this right here, and then put the path to wherever you installed the Tama app right here after that. The easiest way to do it is to literally just open up a Finder window with the app and then drag and drop it in here and it'll write out the path for you. Just copy this first section here, paste it into the terminal, add a space, and again, drag and drop the application from wherever it is into the terminal and it's going to write the path for you. You hit enter and that's it. That's all you need to do. So yeah, be sure to give it a try if you haven't already. It's a really useful app if you've ever been interested in studying Japanese or are currently studying Japanese, would maybe like to do some conversation practice. It's ridiculously cheap. The app is free to download, and I'm constantly updating. So let me know what you think. If you're enjoying the content, let me know what you liked so I can focus on that. Just really interested in everything to do with using AI tools, studying Japanese. That's just kind of the intersection of my interest right now. So expect more videos on that. So yeah, if you're doing this kind of thing yourself, studying Japanese, playing with AI, let me know. And be sure to like the video and subscribe so you don't miss out on my next crazy project. So that's it for now. I will see you in the next one.